Alright, so I had a long day. It's quite late. But so I don't know if I'm gonna play a level or not. But I do want to work down on getting scenarios 31 and 41, and we need Puzzlebook for that. Now I have a lot of the requirements for a lot of the Puzzlebook things, so what we're gonna do, I have the answer key pulled up for what the answers are, but I've never read all of the text stuff before. So we're just gonna go through and read it, and then once I have read everything that we have unlocked to this point, we'll see if I'm up for playing a level. So you can skip ahead if there is a level. I'll have a timestamp in the description. But if not, then we're just doing Puzzlebook stuff. Does any of this matter? No. So we win after we rescued Crane from the Unfettered. We go to him, and he's like messing with the puzzle, and so he hands us a puzzle to see if we can solve it. And so this is the puzzle that he hands us. And I was just looking at it. The answer to it is 29.5. You find Crane much as you left him, cloistered in his small room, surrounded by his surreptitiously begotten books, and muttering to himself. However, unlike last time, he's up and moving. My pugilistic chum, he says when you knock on the doorframe. What a pleasure to see you again so soon. Have you already cracked the cipher then? The quattrol clicks his tongue and examines your findings. He mutters, looks at his own notes, which are now nailed to a wall. Ha! Crane shouts. Fancy that. Look here. He tears down one of the sheets and brings it over. On it are several lines of the ancient numerical system, apparently copied directly out of the source text. Using your new system, he translates a few of the lines and ends up with a fairly basic equation that he solves without trouble. You've done it then, Crane says with a bit of guarded surprise. Had you marked as a fighter, through and through, but seems like there's a scholar trapped beneath all those muscles. He lets out a high, cackling laugh that carries on for far too long. You wonder when the last time he got some fresh air was, and ask as much. Fresh air? There's no time. We have the numbers. The numbers! Now I can get to work on the alphabet. Then we'll know what secrets hide in this book. He holds up the musty tome, and a few pages fall onto the floor. Which reminds me. He retrieves another slip of parchment from the wall and hands it to you. This one is scrawled with a section of text copied in the lost language. Let's see how you do with this. Take note, there are some scribbles there in the corner considering two unrelated words. Something about ancient technology. Not sure about any of it, but if you have two words that fit there, it might lead to something else. Go to the next page of the puzzle book. So, my group, we got through this puzzle. We didn't really like it, but we figured it out because, it doesn't really matter. And then we got to this puzzle, and we got to the point where we figured out, 4 of the letters, because, you can tell, this is just one character by itself, so it's either A or I, and, stuff like that. It's easiest to find the vowels. But, we didn't have the patience or the free time to, figure out every single letter. And so once we got to this point, we were just like, okay, yep, we're going to look up the answers. At least for this one. So let's see. It looks like the next answer we're looking for is 30.6, which is just the next page. It's troubling, Crane says. Troubling. You find the quattrol in his quarters, sulking behind a newly made desk. Let me check. Okay, that seems fine. Cobbled together from some scraps of woods and the legs of his bed. He's poring over your work on the cipher, but it doesn't seem to be the breakthrough he was hoping for. You sorted their letters, Crane says. I much appreciate it, but your solution just leads to more problems. It seems the author of this tome has taken steps to shroud their work in deeper levels of obfuscation. Crane stabs his quill into the inkpot and slouches back in his chair. It's not complicated by any means, just time intensive, he says. I've got the title, at least. Project Source by Mistress Torfi Logren. It appears to be a research journal. These quattrol researchers were investigating some phenomena in the north. I can't say what they were looking for, but this section here. He holds up the tome, open to a page where a very small, very crude map surrounded by text. This tells of an experiment at the largest of the series of spires. They were apparently built not too far from here, but the experiment, I don't know. All I have is this. Crane hands you a small scrap of paper that shows a diagram of sorts. I'm sure you won't have any trouble working out what it means. See if you can find this large spire and get to the bottom of it. So you go to the next page, which I guess is this one. And so what do we need for this? Envelope A in Gloomhaven, which we have, or the passage of unfettered writing that was at the end of the Temple of Liberation, I believe. Oh. No. Okay, so this says scenario 41. But we do have envelope A in Gloomhaven, given that I've gotten that multiple times. Also, it looks like it says you can just put it off and you can move on. So I guess when it says turn to the next page, it means go to this one. But if we do solve the ancient technology puzzle, we get 35.1. Okay, and then this is why I was saying we needed envelope A from Gloomhaven to unlock the drill. Ever since Crane had come to live in Frosthaven, he has been incredibly busy working out the intricacies of the ancient diary. But given its glyphs match the markings of the ancient technology you found, at some point your patience gives out. You enter his longhouse with the various bits of technology and ask for his help. Rather than being annoyed, Crane's eyes light up at the sight of the machinery. That's quite a collection of interesting items you've got there. In fact, judging by these markings, it looks like they may all be parts of some larger device. Astounding. Crane begins to mutter to himself as he pores over all the details of the machinery. Yes, perhaps if we insert this into that, this drill could be an arm of sort. You try to get a better look at what he's doing, but he shoos you away, demanding that you only come back when it's done. He doesn't call for you until a week later. You enter his abode once again and are astounded to see a giant mechanical creature standing before you with arms, legs, and a steam engine chugging away, providing power to a central core. I had to add a few parts here and there, but I'm sure this was the original intent. Crane marvels. It's some sort of combat robot, but there's still one problem. Well, I got its engine running, I can't get its circuitry to activate. From what I can tell, it will remain dormant until a specific code phrase is uttered, and I have no idea what that is. Completely transfixed, you approach the machine and speak the words that you know to be correct. Its name, Metal Mosaic. Unlock the drill. Okay. Then after that, we need to have completed the Spire quest line, which we did. So that's 43.5. And the puzzle is this one, where you needed to, like, you know, this shows you that it's at the top of the spire. It tells you 3 colors, and you're supposed to, like, reflect the beams off the colors or something. I don't really know the details, but... Crane's room is empty. The books, the papers, everything is still here, but the Quattro himself is missing. Given you've never seen him outside his room, you find it a bit odd and set out for him. Nearly half an hour later, you spot the Quattro shuffling between cabins. In one hand, he's carrying a half-used torch, and in the other, a pot of pine pitch. As you approach, you notice he's shaking his head and talking, as if stuck in an argument with himself. It isn't until you're a few feet away that he notices you. Aha, he says, a bit surprised. It's nice to see you again. And what's that? You hand him your notes on the diagram and explain what happened in the spire, but the Quattro seems distracted. Yes, it's troubling. Good work, but troubling. He pockets the note. Listen, I have some news as well, but I'm in the middle of an experiment, so you'll have to walk with me while I explain. The Quattro starts moving without waiting for a response. The book, Project Source. He rattles on, gesturing with his charred stick. I've made some more progress with the translation, but in order to move any further, I'll need to verify some of the findings. The two of you snake between cabins, and Crane pauses to sift through a pile of junk, pulling from it a piece of ruined cloth which he wraps around his used torch. Satisfied, he keeps moving. According to their notes, the researchers concluded the energy source at the spire was too dangerous to work with, and so it was ultimately abandoned. A very grim account, I assure you, though it sounds like you know exactly what they mean. He stops at a section of the palisade wall and, using a metal spoon, scrapes out a bit of clay from between the logs. He crumbles the clay into his pitch pot and keeps walking. But their account did help me crack one of their thornier words in their dialect: death. Oh. It would seem that these researchers were very interested in the concept. After the incident at the Spire complex, they went on to investigate a new location, one they only refer to as the Death Site. I need you to find it and tell me what's inside. Torfy's journal contains a sketch of some device at the site. If you come across it in your travels, should be in a temple or crypt of some kind. Hopefully her notes will prove useful. Crane comes to a sudden halt. He's brought you to one of the guard stations, right next to one of the iron braziers they use to keep warm. The guards themselves watch from their posts. As Crane, without any ceremony or explanation, Crane dunks his stick into the pitch pot and then shoves the gloopy thing into the guard's fire, which bursts into a violent blue flame. Ugh, all wrong. Crane holds up his torch, the flame burning a brilliant sky blue. He scoffs, drops it in the snow, and walks off. Next page. So I guess this is Torfy's thing that she had. And so we need the sequence of symbols that we got at the end of scenario 20. So this is where we were supposed to get to. And solving this puzzle unlocks 31. So I have no idea how you're supposed to do this puzzle. I remember I even, at one point in time, I don't know, 6 months ago or so, I went and I checked what the symbols were, and I tried to solve the puzzle, and I have no idea. I did not figure it out. But the answer is 26. Don't know how or why you were supposed to get that, but... Temple of Liberation is the level that we played, so 127.1. Oh, how things change, Crane says. You're back at the abandoned temple, standing in the hall of worship, the full floor of broken glass and cold split metal. Did I say that right? The baby is awake, but she should be asleep. She's barely awake. Crane bends down, picks up several mechanical hand, then a foot, picks up a severed mechanical hand, then a foot, and stuffs both back into his pack. Research, he says, and wanders off. When you return to Crane to make a report on this death site, the Quattrel asks so many questions that you decide it was easier to just show him. So besides trying to kill you, Crane asks, were the machines doing anything strange? He's moving between the 4 darkened pillars, plucking up little bits of broken machinery. When you can't think of anything, Crane pours a dram of odd-smelling oil into his lamp, and, using a torch and a bit of kindling, lights the lantern. But its flame is a bright emerald green. As soon as it flickers to life, the room begins to react. Thin wisps of yellow vapor, much like what was in the central orb, leak from the temple walls and coalesce around the lantern, whirling like a miniature storm. There's your bit of strange, Crane says, and it confirms Logren's notes. This is a death site. He steps back, and the both of you watch the vapor build. This is what the researchers were investigating. A divergent energy that lingered, still lingers, apparently, in certain parts of the north. I'm still working through the notes, but from what I've read, this energy always reacts to the burning of a particular solution, and it always It always triggers certain, he clears his throat, unusual phenomenon. The Quattrel digs in his pack and pulls out a heavy, oversized leather glove. Logren and her team theorize that the energy was the result of a great war fought long ago in the north. This temple, or the mountain the temple was built in, was the site of a major battle. The yellow storm circling his lamp gets bigger by the second. In order to understand the nature of the energy, we'll need to investigate the other sites. There should be a few more points along the northern coast. I'll give you a set of coordinates for a place to start. He hands you a note that simply reads 3M1L7A. You then watch as Crane pulls off the glove and, moving quickly, tries to snuff out the lamp. However, when he reaches down, the green vapor attacks his gloved hand and tears at it with an angry spectral teeth, taking out several visible chunks. As soon as the light is out, Crane rips the glove off and flings it to the far corner of the room, where it smolders a greenish smoke. Sotha might need a new pair of gloves soon. New scenario, Crackling Tunnel 31. Do not turn to the next page in the puzzle book. Instead, write the solution to the next puzzle on the same page. But how are you supposed to know what the next puzzle is? That doesn't make any sense to me. It just says in here that the solution, or in order to solve this next puzzle, you just have to have solved the previous one. I don't know how you're supposed to know what that is or do that, but I guess we'll just put the next thing. So we have 31 unlocked now. So that's what I'll play, but I think I'm not going to play it today. I think I'll play it tomorrow because I'm really tired just reading this. But it looks like we can go on. 52.3. But why does it always have to be so damned cold? Crane shouts, his voice half stolen by the wind. Honestly, you never thought to ask. You're standing on a seaside cliff, one of the many that lie the northern coast. To your right is the biting sea that stretches into a wide, churning horizon, while to your left lie the frozen plains. Each inspires a certain threatening respect, but you're not here for either of them. You're here for the fjords, the long, jagged scar that cut through the seaside cliffs, sinking down perhaps 200 feet to the ocean below. At first glance, they appear like any other rocky chute, but when you look near the top of one, you can see several large gouges in the stone that couldn't have been made by any natural force. You told Crane about them back in Frosthaven, and he demanded to see them at once. His enthusiasm has dampened somewhat since then. Grumbling, Crane lights his lamp, and, just like last time, several strings of ghostly vapor rise from the ground to collect around it. Though this time, they're a deep purplish color. They only collect for a moment, and then Crane snuffs the light and nods. Confirmed, he says. And judging by the other markings you found along these cliffs, and the notes left in the project source, I'd say there was a series of battles up and down this coast. Must have been quite the, Crane gets quiet for a moment, staring down at the fjord below. Several long seconds pass, and when you ask if he's alright, the Quattrel jumps as if woken from a dream. Of course, yes, perfectly fine. Just something I read. As I was saying, a series of battles, but there should be another site somewhere up here. One that's quite a bit different than this. Keep searching further to the north and see what you can find. I don't have much direction other than that. Truth be told, I've been avoiding the next section of translation. His eyes narrow and his lips curl, exposing sharp teeth. It's all poetry. Turn to the next page. So this is why we had to play scenario 21, because it has to do with the way he talked. Yeah, I'm not going to try to read this. I'm terrible with handwriting. Frothy froggy. Father of cold they call me. They, warm and runny blood, sprinkled like syrup and steward. Yeah, I don't know. It is short, is my numbers and dreaming delicate arrangement. Yeah. So do round so bold say of you, to assume you... Okay, I'm not going to try to read it. Something about having played The Realm of Endless Frost gives us the answer to the first puzzle. Those three numbers, and those three numbers are 36.8. You and Crane stand in the Quattrel's study, looking down at his desk. Atop it sits a shard of ice that you took from the Prince of Frost's realm. And next to it is Crane's lamp. Nothing is happening, but the lamp flickers green. But the ice sits stubbornly frozen and unchanging. No vapor or energy. Nothing, Crane says. It's not related to all the energy we're researching, though I do recognize a few of things in your report. Crane snuffs out the lamp and moves over his small fireplace, in which he's worked a stifling blaze. That bit of verse I translated, which, let's hope there's no more of that, it mentioned an ice prince, not unlike the creature you found. Spoke a good deal about capricious spirits and the like, beings that appear during northern storms and vanish into the air. Logren found a poem and thought the creature might be related to the energy. Crane tosses 2 handfuls of kindlings onto the already roaring fire. You squint at the flames and spot a small object that he seems to be heating, a brass orb. Except it can't be brass because it hasn't melted or changed shape. Her team found the Ice Prince, same as you, but their visit didn't go as well. Ah, they got a whole lot of special too. Her team found the Ice Prince. She ultimately ruled it out as an avenue for investigation. Too dangerous and no obvious connection to the energy. I'd been hoping she made a mistake, but no, she doesn't seem to make any. Crane takes up a pair of billows and works the flames until they're practically scorching his face. In any case, he says, head turned from the heat, they did speak of an energy site not too far from where you were, a forest. Crane takes a pair of tongs and removes his heated orb. It's glowing now, a dark red ball that he immediately plunges into a bucket of water, filling the room with steam. That look on your face reminds me of Satha. Crane stops smelting metal. Oh. The look on your face reminds me of Satha. Crane, stop smelting metal in your quarters. Crane, stop testing elixirs on the Watchman. Crane, stop trying to capture lightning in a cage. A bunch of warriors, the lot of you. Crane reaches his tongs into the bucket and pulls out a cooled orb. It's taken on a deep black color, and there are faint scratches going all around its exterior that look similar to the ancient Quattrell writing. Just go explore that forest already. Torfy's notes say something about an energy source, and then up, down, right. If you can figure out what that means, then maybe I will be able to figure out this blasted experiment. Crane says this with finality, and dumps the orb unceremoniously back into the fire. Don't turn to the next page in the puzzle book. Instead, write the solution on the same page, which I guess is here. Yeah, it says page 11 subpuzzle. So from those hints, we were supposed to realize that the thing we need is the ember energy source. And he just said up, right, left or something. It's over here. Up, down, right. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. They say to go explore the forest. We get the ember energy source, and then up, down, right if we had translated the text. Oh no, these are the numbers, right? So a line is worth 1. I mean, that's so hard to see. So I think this is the number 4, and then 6, 4, 6, 2. Yeah, it is 4, 6, 2. Because we got 2 dots, a line, 2 dots, 2 lines, and then just a line. So 4, 6, 2 is the next answer. Oh. You hear about the fire from the first moment you pass back through Frosthaven's gates. By the time you arrive, the smoke has long since stopped. But you find the Quattrell himself dressed in a borrowed shirt and pants, picking through the charred remains of his study. Look, Crane says, propping up the charred slab that used to be his desk. I know what you're going to say. I assure you it isn't anything Satha hasn't already told me at length. He eases the slab against the wall, but it cracks in the middle, and the 2 pieces fall back to the ground. At length. You offer the scholar your condolences, but he's clearly more interested in the stone you brought back from the Radiant Forest. As reliable as ever, my friend, he says, and takes it, still warm from its carrying cage. He leads you back outside the smoldering mess to where his intact belongings are stacked up in a pile. Much of his gear and books survive the fire, thankfully, but with no place to go just yet, Crane begins the experiment right there on the snowy road. He lights the green lantern and sets it down next to the radiant stone, and it immediately draws a reaction. Thick orange vapor steams off the rocks and envelops the lamp, not as a whirlwind, but as a bulging, smoky plume. Crane, muttering something about not wanting to hear Maya Sother lecture again, turns out the lamp before the vapor builds any more. That's 3 energy sources now, he says, with new vigor. That means I can finally move on from fiddling with these little fireplace experiments and get on to the real work. He laughs, and a sinking feeling grows in your stomach. Which reminds me, before the incident, I had been translating a new section of the book and wanted to run it by you. Crane hands you a strip of parchment that's next to impossible to read in the dark. It's an it's an alchemical chart from the book, but it's only partially filled out. I believe the energies from our 3 sites can be combined, but I can't do it without a proper alchemist who understands all this. See if you can recruit one. Then we should be able to put this puzzle together. In the meantime, Crane heaves his pack over his shoulder and picks up his lamp. I need to find a new room. So, next page. And you need the alchemy chart. So, same chart as major stamina potion. Recipe is close to foresight potion. And it's on the chart between cure and major fire shield. We have the major fire shield. So cure potion is corpse cap arrowvine. So it's got to be arrowvine, corpse cap, flame fruit is the cure potion, and then it's one of these 2, but we don't have the recipe for it. But I mean, I guess we know that it's going to be on page 10, right? Oh, nope, never mind. It is not on page 10 now that I look at the answer. Okay, but that's where we're left, because after that we have to finish the Algok story, which we are not even close to because I am afraid of going back to War of the Spire Bee. Maybe once we get all set up with blesses, we'll go there. But that's it. So we need to work on the alchemy board a little bit, and then we can move on in the puzzle book. Then we need to finish the Algok storyline. We need to get the tavern building, level it up all the way. Then we need to finish the Unfettered quest. And I believe that gives us access to unlocking shards. So we finished the Unfettered quest line already. So we need a couple more potions. We need to finish the Algok storyline, and then we need to build the tavern and get all 4 coins. Yikes. All right, I'm tired. I might just leave this running, though. I'll just pause the recording, leave this running, wake up early before anything tomorrow, and play the level, because I know it's an easy one. All right. We are back and ready to go after the Crackling Tunnel. In my memory, it's a relatively easy scenario. Hopefully we can pick up a lot of loot, because I'm very behind on that. And I also really want to get a snow thistle. Is that a thing? No, we need to go find a level where we can get some snow thistle. Although I guess I could 2-for-1 flame fruit, because I've got 4 flame fruit. Or maybe I would 2-for-1 one of the things I have, corpse cap or arrowvine, in the garden. But I don't know. I want some snow thistle to get the boots. The boots I had on Fist, I want to get those on Drill. They're not. It's not the. It's something slippers. Dancing slippers. Dancing slippers. Why can I not close this? Okay, weird. Just because Drill has. Okay, I do have cameras set, just not this camera. Drill has like a couple things that it does where it's not gonna move, like the bronze plating bottom. So if I can reposition myself by getting attacked, then that can set up a really good bronze plating bottom, or allow me to do a power core bottom to heal, and still use my top to hit something even if I'm not in range. So like Dancing Slippers would let me do like power core bottom into super heat transfer top to go triple pressure up at 25 initiative. This does not look bad at all. Wow, this is so manageable with just level 4 monsters. It's so nice. Only 6 health on bolt shooters. Say less. We need a road event, don't we? This winter day has been a good one for travel, with little snowfall and not a creature in sight. The only sound is the snow crunching as you progress your way towards your destination. But now, even your footsteps grow eerily silent. One more step and a flash of light erupts from underfoot. Searing pain rips through your body. You discover you're standing on what appears to be a runic minefield, a dangerous tool of wars from ages past. You see a pack of snow imps descend from the trees, chittering in glee at your misfortune. Option A, attempt to navigate the runic minefield. All characters individually choose a color of rune to move through right now, then resolve the effect on the back of the card. Arcane characters pick 2 and resolve whichever they prefer. Purple, white, or pink. Yeah, we're arcane on Deathwalker. Yeah, neither of these other 2 would be arcane. But Deathwalker can pick 2 colors. I remember one of them is I saw this months ago on my other playthrough. One of them is like wound, poison, invisible self. I think that's white. And I think I thought pink was regenerate, but purple was regenerate. Because the regenerate symbol is pink, so you pick pink thinking you'll get that. So we'll do purple on everybody, and then I guess we'll pick white as the secondary on what's her name? Okay. I was right about white being wound, poison, invisible. So I can either be wounded, poisoned, and invisible, or disarmed on Deathwalker, and everybody else is disarmed, which is fine. Drill doesn't mean being disarmed, because I'll just do processing, and then I just do two tops next turn, no problem. Deathwalker doesn't mind being disarmed, because we'll just set Call to the Abyss. Banner Spear, I guess it's not the greatest, because I could have done something like move here, and tip of the spear or something, I don't know, but it's not that bad. Only retaliate 2 on blade spinners. Wow, game is so easy right now. All right, snare is complete when all characters have escaped. The door in the mountain temple groans as dozens of gears and iron rods, knotted together like some infernal puzzle, finally move aside, and the rear passage slides open to reveal the path forward. A hallway stretches out. It is tall and narrow, built from immense white stones that have been cut and arranged in an alternating pattern of squares. The floor is similarly built, and it has been well maintained, much of it clear of dust or dirt. Overall, the passage is much better preserved than any other you've seen so far in the Mountain Temple complex. But there is something else above it that draws your attention. Every surface in the hallway, wall, ceiling, floor, is interwoven with the small silver tubes that you found in the previous chambers. There are 10 or 20 of them in all, and they stretch down towards some unseen destination. It isn't the most reassuring sight, since the tubes seem to indicate more machines. But this is the path you've chosen. You gather your gear and continue your long walk. The further you travel, the more metal pipes emerge, and it begins to feel like you're walking down some garden path that's been abandoned and overtaken by vines. But then you catch a glimpse of something glowing up ahead. You proceed carefully, watching as the glow begins to pulse, slowly at first, but the undulation accelerates. It appears to be a series of flames that are spinning? Oh, right, great, more of those. Throughout the scenario, after all revealed enemies are dead, whenever a character ends their turn occupying any A hex, they may move their figure and all their summons and tokens from the map and discard all active round bonuses. Do not alter anything in their play area. They no longer participate in the scenario in any way until the next room is revealed. When revealing a new room, place all characters in starting hexes and then any active character summons or tokens in viable hexes closest to their character. If anyone is exhausted, the scenario is lost. At the start of the next round, after all characters have been removed from their map, read 37.2. So we have to kill both of these. Everybody needs to stand in an A. They get taken off the map, and Deathwalker's tokens get to go with her, which is really good. I was thinking, like, with only 2 enemies, do we even want to set Call to the Abyss? And I think we do, because these 2 enemies, it's not going to be a problem at all to kill them, right? It should be really easy. And if that's the case, then we can guaranteed get 2 shadows to take with us into the next room with only having to play Call to the Abyss. So we'll start with that. Call to the Abyss. I think Call of Doom just makes the most sense. We'll set Dark. Let's see. Kill an enemy attacked by any of your allies earlier in the round. That's a pretty good one for Deathwalker. Yeah, we'll do that. Kill something attacked by an ally earlier in the round. Kill an enemy before its first turn. Kill an enemy and open the door. There are no doors. Never kill an elite enemy. We don't have any elites in here. But would I rather kill something before its first turn? We would have to go fast on everybody in one of the later rooms. But there were just like 6 health bolt shooters. So it seems like it would be possible to go really fast on everybody. It's worth 2 check marks. And I only have 1, so I think we'll try to take Assassin. It's not the best character for it, but I think it's okay. Also, one other really interesting thing here is that the banners are going to, like, teleport with us. You know what? I wonder if I can go for the play a banner on your first turn and keep it within range 3 of me for the entire scenario. Because if I, like, play it here and then I move it 2, it's within range 3 of this. So what if I do the Rallying Cry banner? The only problem is the multi-target from Blade Spinner, but what if we just go fast next turn on everybody and kill the Blade Spinner? I'm willing to risk it, I think. Oh, the other thing is, though, I could, even disarmed, I could set for the charge to make the Blade Spinner take 2 damage. But that would require going fast and then not summoning on turn 1. I'd rather get the Mastery. So I think we'll do Rallying Cry, and then our top shouldn't really matter, so we'll do Regroup to heal someone up. Drill. Target an ally. No. Suffer damage while you long rest. Never kill an enemy. There aren't that many enemies. I mean, well, at least not in this first room, but I think we'll try to suffer damage while we long rest. And then we'll just start with processing. We want to save Ancient Drill, of course, to hit the Automaton. I did go ahead and switch out... I switched out Steel Piston for Super Heat Transfer because I think it's going to be important to keep... I think it's going to be important to keep abilities to get up in pressure because I just added a pressure down card. So, like, Steel Piston is really good. I definitely think it's, like, a really nice combo card, especially when you play 3 in a single round. So maybe we'll add it back in later when we have better, like, pressure up abilities. But for right now, we need Super Heat Transfer for the double pressure up top or the ability to get over pressure on bottom. And I think that's what we'll play as our secondary card. So we are ready. Blade Spinner's barely. Furthest away is Deathwalker. So I guess it'll just go 1, 2, 3 and hit Drill and Deathwalker. There's no fire, so it's just attack for 2 into both. Is that really right? A level 4 monster is just attacking for 2. Drill. We'll save the armor. Deathwalker. Oh no. Alright, Banner Spear, Steel Automaton standing still, so that's not an issue. So I guess we will, let's... Oh, I need picture-in-picture on. That's what felt wrong. Let's summon the Banner of Strength. And then we get to heal one character, we'll heal Deathwalker. So we can put the banner over here, that'll be fine. And then next turn we just hit this guy. Oh, I didn't lock it. I guess technically she has regen. If she gets, like, wounded or something. Done. And he's done. And now Deathwalker has move 3, so we'll just go, like, 1, 2, 3, I think. With Call of Doom. And then we'll set Call to the Abyss. And finally, Drill has move 1 ice, right? Or no, first processing to go pressure high, then move 1 ice to go pressure over. And now Banner is protected, it's safe, even if this guy gets his, like, move and suffer hazard damage. Actually, he'd just go here, wouldn't he? So yeah, we're in good shape. So, let's see. Deathwalker would love to kill an enemy attacked by allies earlier in the round. Black Barrage is attack for... I guess it's just attack for 4, isn't it? Since we don't have Strength of the Abyss. But we don't have the Shadow generation to play that. So, I guess I could have looked to set up a good formation, which I didn't. We could come here and meat grinder this guy to attack him for 4, but then we don't get the banner. We could come here and unbreakable wall and push him this way. And then we get the banner damage. It's not really going to matter. You know, I'm kind of thinking I'll just attack at range with Javelin. Generally, it's not something I like to do, but it seems fine here. What if we just buff up the damage with Resolve Courage and attack with Javelin? And then we should still be able to really easily set up a tip of the spear into the automaton later. And so that'll be going really fast on Banner and doing some damage. Let's also go fast on Drill and knock this guy away with Rocket Boots. And then we can move 1, 2, 3. And then attack with Ancient Drill. So how do we move 3 without... Dang, we can't move 3 without going pressure down on B-Max. Actually, though, going pressure down on B-Max is fine, because we still do the same amount of damage with Ancient Drill. So we'll Rocket Boots, push this guy away, move over here, make him suffer 1, and then attack him with Ancient Drill. Which just leaves us on Deathwalker, who wants to go after 22, so that she can pick up the kill to get the Mastery, which 28 is perfect for that. And then maybe I just play the move... the Eclipse to go pick up the loot, because Drill's going to be over here. Banner needs to stay close to the banner. We get shield and ranged retaliate, which is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We get body block, but he's slower than Drill, so he just will do nothing. That's nice. Banner is going to add +1 to the next attack performed, and then we're in range of the banner, so Javelin is now an attack for 5, and it'll deal 5. And done. Blade Spinner just sets shield and retaliate. Yeah, I didn't set up the thing, but that's okay. We'll just remember. Drill is going to take 2 retaliate, unfortunately. Attack for 3 with Rocket Boots. It does 2 damage and poison. 2 damage poison. And then, well, I don't need to push him now that... Oh, I do still need to push him because this is 2 bonus retaliate. So he would retaliate 4 if I didn't push him. So I will still push him. And then... that doesn't cost any pressure. Then we've got move 4. All adjacent enemies suffer 1. Pressure down and gain an experience. Boom, boom, boom. Suffer 1. And then with Ancient Drill, we'll go to regular pressure. It's attack for 4, pierce 3, experience, and go down to regular pressure. It does 5, because it was attack for 4, and it pierces all the shield. Not bad. Steel Automaton will just set shield and retaliate. And then Deathwalker will eat the dark. We're attacking something attacked by our allies earlier in the round. We're in range of the banner. So it is an attack for 4, 5 because he's poisoned, meaning is 0 kills. Let's go ahead and Eagle Eye. We did not need the Eagle Eye, but we did dodge a -1 at least. We get Assistant. This guy dies, and we get a Shadow out of it. And then we can move 4 with Eclipse and pick up the loot. Do we get a random item here? No random item. No hide either. Just like a lot of gold, which I don't mind getting a lot of gold right now. I will accept gold. And I don't have to take the retaliate because he died. Okay, new round. So, drill, what are we doing? Power up and attack him and stun him. That seems pretty decent to me. Another thing I could do would just be to power up with power core. But if I want the bonus damage, it needs to be bronze plating. I don't think there's any way for me to double... I guess I could do this bronze plating to go to the top of bronze plating here, to go to high pressure, and the bottom of power core to go to over, and then next turn electrical discharge would deal more damage. But I think it just makes the most sense to just go ahead and bronze plating and electrical discharge right now. Let's see. We basically need to combined effort because we need to keep the banner within range. So it looks like we'll just be doing move 2, move banner 2. And then not much with our top, but that's fine. I think that means that I want to go fast on Deathwalker, because I want Deathwalker to be within range 2 of right here so that she can be granted a move 2. So it looks like there's not really much that I can do. I can just move 2 to get right here, and then I get granted a move 2. So we'll just do that. I don't want to eat the Anger of the Dead Shadow, because there's no point in just doing like a little touch of damage to this guy. He's going to be stunned anyway. So we'll just move. I guess I'll Shadow Step, because then I can move top here and then move to bottom here. So Deathwalker will move here and then move here. Drill is going to pressure up and add +1 to melee attacks with bronze plating. Then attack for 3, 4 because of bronze plating. I'm not in range of the banner. But attack for 4, stun, and then double pressure down. 5, so it does 3. It stuns, and then it does double pressure down. No XP, unfortunately, but I'll take it. And then next turn, we get a big heal out of Power Core. And then I guess Steam Armor is just an attack 2. Banner Spear will do move 2, move banner 2 with combined effort. And then I can also move Deathwalker 2. Or Drill. But I think that this seems fine. This seems good. Can end the round. Deathwalker just wants to go fast to get a shadow on this guy out of them. So I guess we're just doing a default attack, because we don't need to worry about shadows or anything. So just a default attack for 2. And then I guess we'll move over to A. Well, no, we can move over to A and... Oh. We can do the attack with Deadbolt, but to get the +1 from banner, it's disadvantage. So maybe I shouldn't have done that extra move. Maybe I should be here. Oh, also... Man, I keep forgetting this. So Snow Imp is our pet, and then all characters and their allies treat all hexes with loot tokens as hazardous terrain. This does not affect enemies. I guess so. I guess we'll try it. I mean, it seems like a kind of rough one. And we can backdate it pretty easily because the only person who stepped on loot was Deathwalker. So we'll just suffer 3 damage there, and then we're still in the good. Okay, got all my characters there, so we just need Deathwalker, or Banner Spear, who by far the most wants to do Tip of the Spear. Although Meat Grinder's pretty good, and we're still in range of Banner, so we'll run up and Meat Grinder. That's quite good. So Banner Spear, 1, 2, 3. And Meat Grinder, it's attack for 5 because of the banner. 6 into 2 shields, so he will take 4 and a wound. Deathwalker. Let's do a disadvantaged attack for 4 with Deadbolt. Nice. 5, so he takes 3, and he gets marked. And then we'll just move 2. Drill. We'll go pressure up, which doesn't matter, but we get to heal for 5 and gain an XP. And then just a default attack for 2. 3 because of the banner. 0 does 1 damage, and then this guy dies to wound on his turn. And so we also went up to regular pressure with Power Core when we healed the full. Oh, and I've got flexible slippers to loot the hex adjacent to me and not have to take the hazard damage. Beautiful. So throughout the scenario, whenever a character ends their turn occupying A. So he was still alive before Deathwalker ended her turn, so she's not off the map yet. Did we got attacked a singular time in that entire room. Cool. So we'll just end our turn here on Deathwalker. We'll just move and end our turn there on Banner Spear. We're still within range 3 of the banner, and it is 3, not 2, right? Summon a banner on turn 1, stay within range 3. So we'll go there, we get removed. I assume while we're in the void, we still count as being adjacent to the banner. And then we'll long rest here. So removed with 2 tokens. Removed with a summon, and then long rest. Oh, you know what? I remembered seeing this last night. I'm missing a perk because I have 1, 2 from leveling up, 3 from this, and 2 from retiring characters. So I should have 5. So let's just go ahead and take this. Whenever you long rest, you may pressure up or down. And I'm currently long resting, so we'll just go ahead and go pressure up. In the round, we refresh the item. This came down a long time ago. Now, it says remove active round bonuses, but persistence would stay. Yeah, because obviously Call to the Abyss doesn't have to come down. So I can set processing. Do not alter anything in their play area. So I can set processing. The baby, well, I think she's going to fall right back to sleep, but she could also use some milk. All right. Took a lot longer than I thought it would to get her situated, but it's okay. Okay, so these guys are removed. So I believe they cannot even long rest now, which actually I think is a bit of a mistake. I should have long rested them before they went in, because now Drill's just going to get a turn, and Drill's going to be the only one active. They don't participate in the scenario in any way until the next room is revealed, so they cannot long rest. Okay, and I need to remember hazard damage. I think this room is next down here. So Drill, we will just... Okay, we need to pick our long rest card. And I think we already chose to go up during the long rest, right? We could drop Superheat Transfer. I guess we could use... dang. We need to move 2 to escape, and Superheat Transfer is just to move 1. And it would not be worth Snow Imping just to be high pressure. Is there any other way I can go high pressure and get over there? I don't think so. Because my only ways to get to high pressure right now are Superheat Transfer bottom, Bronze Plating bottom, and Power Core bottom. And none of those move me. We want to keep Ancient Drill, Rocket Boots, Processing. So maybe we can drop Superheat Transfer. And then I'll go ahead and just do Processing. And then with playing 3 cards, I can use Bronze Plating to get to overpressure. So we just want like a move 2 that we're not going to worry about. Maybe Rocket Boots. maybe rocket boots. I think that's fine. Okay. We'll mark it as long resting, even though it's not. So drill, just move to and processing. And then we end our turn here, so we get removed. And now everybody goes, so now we start a new round, right? At the start of the next round, after all characters have been removed from the map, read 37.2. After the initial encounter, the tunnel falls back into silence. As you follow the path, the hum of energy crackling through the conduits along the wall intensifies, and then a snap. You jump back, and a bolt clatters to the ground. You turn to find a small garrison of machines have emerged from up ahead. Back to the grind. Remove the previous tile. All characters... Really? All characters must lose one card from their hand or discard pile. Well, that's just not fair. I did not remember that. That sucks for drill. Maybe electrical discharge? I don't know. It's either electrical discharge or steam armor. Wow, that is awful. Lose a card from the discard. Let's see. We need combined effort to keep the banner close for the mastery. We could do set for the charge, although that's pretty good. Let's drop let them come. A lot of the guys here are immune to poison. And then over here... Oh, no, we're not long resting yet. We can drop Anger of the Dead. It's mostly just for the initiative. No, we're not long resting. We're just doing an evil scenario effect. Because I'm still going to have to long rest after this. Ugh, that's so gross. Well, now I really wish I hadn't played that summon on turn 1. At the end of each round, all characters occupying or adjacent to any power conduit tile suffer hazardous terrain damage. Okay, so if you're in this or adjacent to it. While all enemies occupying or adjacent to a power conduit tile will perform heal for hazardous terrain damage. Unbelievable. Okay. Well, let's just reread real quick. Whenever revealing a new room, place all characters in starting hexes and then any active character summons or tokens in viable hexes closest to their character. So, open this. Ugh. Okay, these 5. It's going to be really hard to keep the Banner of Strength safe from... What was up with my camera? I guess here is fine, because it's the end of the round, and Drill's the only one who can move here. Let's see, we need to kill these guys and keep them away from these. That won't be too difficult. Who needed to kill something on its first turn? Banner. So we could short rest Banner here and try to kill this guy. It would be possible. I don't really hate the idea, I think. So let's do that. Okay, Javelin's not the best card to lose, but it's fine. I could move 2, and I'm still in range 3 of the Banner, but then it's hard to keep the Banner up. So I think I'll do Combined Effort, move here, move the Banner here, and Tip of the Spear. That just means that I want Drill to go before that and move up and hit this guy. let's see. Do I have a way to double power down so that I can use electrical discharge bottom? It doesn't look like it, because I have to go up with Bmax before I can double power down. Let's see. Man, this is just, like, kind of rough all over. I just want to go fast and hit this guy. I also wouldn't mind just running all the way back here and going for the steel automaton. But I guess that's not really very realistic, is it? Because I'd go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could get there, but then I don't hit this bolt shooter, which is what I want to do for my... You know what? I think I'm going to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could get here and I could Bmax. And I could use my item to hit multiple. What all do I have? Ember, energy source, flashing axe, poison dagger, health potion. I could power up. I could move 4. That wouldn't be enough. So I can move 4, move 3, and then attack with electrical discharge. I think I like that. And then I'm also going to short rest Deathwalker. Black Barrage is the card I was planning to play, but it's not that big of a deal. Maybe Deadbolt. Maybe I just go fast, move up, and Deadbolt this thing to do a little bit of damage to it. I'd like to move 3, I think. And so that would mean Call of Doom. I don't know. What speed am I going here? 32. So I actually can Call of Doom, and I just have to use boots. They get their first turn, so I do not get the assassin. Fantastic. Great. Alright, well, at the very least, all they do is just shield and they don't attack, so that's something. Drill is going to move 4, move 3, and attack with electrical discharge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and attack the automaton. I'm high pressure, so it's attack for 3. How much shield does he have? He has 3 shield. That's not even worth it. What if I just do a regular attack for 2 into this steel automaton? Or I could do the move for 4 and a move for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'd get here and I'd suffer hazard damage, but then I could attack with Ancient Drill and I would pierce the shield and it's an attack for 3. I still power down. Nah, let's come here. Let's do a default attack for 2 into the bolt shooter. Okay, it does 3 damage because of his shield. But now I can bronze plating to go up to over, and I can power core both of these guys. And I kind of like that. The problem is, like, if I have to lose another card, then I'm really short on cards. But if we just rush the next room, I think we'll be okay. Hopefully we don't have to lose another card. I don't need to worry about who picks up the kill now, so I don't need to use the boots. So we'll just move 2 allies for 2, and then tip of the spear. So it's attack for 4, and I get to pierce the shield. It does 5. Then Deathwalker. Maybe I don't even need shadows. Let's just attack this guy with Deadbolt. And it kills. And then I'll move 2 and I'll pick up the loot. It's really dumb. I also get a shadow from hitting him, right? It's fine. We'll have a lot of shadows for the last room, although we don't have Wave of Anguish, so it doesn't matter as much. Steel Automaton is going to attack for 5. We can't be crit, right? We have Iron Helm, so we just take 2 damage. Then I bronze plating power core, and then I long rest. Maybe I don't bronze plating power core. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Let's see, I need to move the banner up, but I can regroup to move Deathwalker forward, and then banner up at the same time. So we'll do... And then next turn, I guess I can meet Grinder bottom to heal up Deathwalker. So we'll do regroup to move things forward to not lose the mastery, and then just waste a card. Here, I'd love to go fast. I don't have big shadow movement, though. Because if I did, I could move both of these in Deepening Despair. Oh, I don't have any shadow movement since I played. Yeah, I lost Black Barrage on the short rest, and then I played Deadbolt. And with no shadow movement, that means I can't even Fluid Knight. I can, however, Strength of the Abyss. So, like, 1, 2... I'd have to take hazard damage if I'm next to the thing. Oh, but I get a granted move from Banner Spear, don't I? So we'll have Banner Spear go at 15, and then we'll go at 19 here. And that'll work. Automaton gets a shield. Okay, so then I'm definitely not power coring. I guess... I mean, I guess I could just heal and go to Overpressure. And I could attack 2 into the Bolt Shooter, but Deathwalker is killing the Bolt Shooter anyway. Maybe I'll just move 2 and pick up the chest. And then I suffer hazard damage from being adjacent to this thing. Lightning Rod, 223. No idea what that does. After Order of Initiative, all monsters consider you to be first in initiative order when determining focus for the round. Well, that's not that good. It's okay. I guess we get it for the rest of the scenario, don't we? Alright, that finishes Drill. Oh, and I'm gonna have to long rest next to the thing, but it's fine. We're healthy. Like I said, with Banner, we use Boots to go first. So I get to grant a move 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And that's it. We can't do anything with the top. Then Deathwalker, we've got 3 shadows. So Strength of the Abyss is an attack for 4. Oh, and we've got Precision Potion, so the miss will still kill. I can't pick up the thing, though, so I guess I'll just move 2 with my turn, with my move. And new turn. Let's see, so if I move here, I'm still within range 3 of the banner. So I can move 4. I can't actually do anything. But I can move 4. And then I'll long rest and move the banner up. Drill, we just have to spend all the time. Spend all of our stamina long resting and such. And Deathwalker, I can Fluid Knight this guy. I guess I don't mind Fluid Knight and then teleport to a shadow to get away. And then he'll be marked, and when he dies, we just teleport back. Banner Spear, move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We suffer hazard damage, and then we can't do anything with our top. Deathwalker, eat the shadow to attack him for 5. He's got 3 shields, so it does 4. No, it does 3. And he gets marked, and then we just teleport away so that he doesn't hit us. Then he goes after Banner Spear, and he will attack her for 4. How much armor does she have? She has 5 armor, right? And she gets pushed 1, 2, 3. And that's adjacent to a thing, so at the end of her turn, she'll suffer hazard damage, but she stayed within range of the banner, so that's all I care about. We suffer 3 over here, and we heal 2 from the long rest. We can also heal 3 from the health potion, get this back, and done. Let's drop processing, because that doesn't help that much. We still have a fair number of cards, so we're not in the worst shape ever. I guess I'm still supposed to be high pressure, and on a long rest we can pressure up. So Ancient Drill makes a lot of sense. Attack for 5. Can I get in range of the banner? No. I could push him down to the banner and the shadow with Rocket Boots, and then next turn Ancient Drill in range of the banner. I don't know if that's really worth it, though. I think we'll just do like a default move 2 and then attack with Ancient Drill and hit him as hard as we can. And then the other characters, I can't do much on Deathwalker. And I guess I'll long rest banner. So Deathwalker, just nothing. Drill, move 2, attack with Ancient Drill. So it's attack for 5, suffer 1, experience 1 pressure down. Attack for 5, does 4. Man. It's only 1 pressure down at least, I guess. Then he just does body block, and then banner will suffer 1 and heal 2, and then gets to grant, at the end of your long rest, grant an ally a move 2, and the banner doesn't have to suffer the hazardous damage because it's not the end of its turn. It's the end of my turn. We'll move it right here. 1, 2. And it's still within range 3. Meat Grinder's pretty good. Yeah, we'll drop Unbreakable Wall. There aren't large numbers of enemies. So I think I have to move 2, move an ally 2. I don't know. Banner survives 1 thing of hazardous damage. I could just move 4 and Meat Grinder, and then next turn I move the banner away. Here we're high pressure. Does it make any sense to do anything other than just stun him? I don't think so. So we'll bronze plating to go to over and stun him, and then end in regular, and then we can power core B-Max next turn. And here we'll long rest. Banner Spear, 1, 2, 3, 4. Attack for 5 with Meat Grinder into shield 3. It does 3. We gain an XP. He gains a wound. I didn't think about ending next to this, so I take the hazard damage, but that's okay. We both take hazard damage. We'll live to fight another day, though. Drill. +1 to melee attacks and go to over pressure. So now this is attack for 6. XP, suffer 1, double pressure down. 7, so he takes 5. No, he takes 4. He gets stunned. He's wounded, so he'll take 1 from that. And we go double pressure down to regular. He was stunned, so he does nothing. Deathwalker moves a shadow for 3 and long rests. Let's see. Eclipse. I don't think we have any need for Eclipse other than it is a move 4. We don't need Call of Doom. Let's see. I guess I want to get Drill onto A so that he can long rest there. Okay, yeah, he has a turn. So we'll do that. Oh, we also could get him there with a Snow Imp during a long rest turn, so that wouldn't be the end of the world. Snow Imp could have been really good earlier. Regroup to move the banner. I guess I can hit him with Resolved Courage now. And then regroup to move the banner. Or no, Combined Effort so that I don't suffer as well. Yeah, that's fine. And then we can set up a Tip of the Spear for the next turn. And then over here, let's see. We only have 3 shadows. Moving shadows 3 doesn't help. I could have done Deepening Despair if I had moved this shadow last turn. I could move both with Deadbolt and Deepening Despair. I would like to just... What if we just teleport over with Forceful Spirits and hit with Strength of the Abyss? I think that's pretty good. I think that should kill. Other than he's really fast. Banner is faster, though. Oh. And my banner goes before me and ends its turn adjacent to the thing and dies. I did not think about that. That's how it works, right? It's when you end your turn, you suffer the damage. Oh, all characters occupying or adjacent to any conduit tile suffer hazardous terrain damage, while enemies... Only characters, so not summons. Cool. Then we don't have to worry about that at all. Beautiful. Okay, so we just get attack 4 with Resolved Courage. It does 1. And then we have move 2... Move an ally 2. I guess so. Since we don't have to worry about Banner not taking the damage. He suffers and has shield 7. Which means that Drill... I guess Drill damages with a crit, right? Will attack for 4 with B-Max. We're just in regular pressure. We don't do any damage through 7 shield. And then we'll just move onto A. Deathwalker will teleport adjacent to a shadow and then attack for 4, 5 because I'm adjacent to the thing. So I guess a crit does damage, but we did not crit. I could Frenzy Potion him here. Because once again, a crit from Frenzy Potion, it would only deal 3 damage. So we'll just hold off. Because we can just go fast next turn. I guess I Fluid Knight. Because it does a fair amount of damage. Nothing else really does that much. Shadow Step, well, we don't need to hit him that hard. I think that Shadow Step is actually fine. And then we'll just step into the thing. Here we long rest, and hopefully he'll be dead. I guess regroup to move the banner could work, and then I can Tip of the Spear. It's better, though, to move Deathwalker here. Yeah, Deathwalker can do that. So Deathwalker is going to attack for 4 because of the banner. It does 1 damage. I should have used the Eagle Eye Goggles. And then just move 2. And then now Banner Spear has Tip of the Spear. So this we need just a 0 to kill him, I believe. It does 2 damage. What's he doing this turn? Attacking and pushing. That's actually really good. And then I can grant allies move. So I'll grant Deathwalker a move onto A. Then he will attack and push me. Attack for 4. And it does 8. I don't have any cards to lose. Really? Really? Am I going to lose the scenario over this? Over getting crit when I could have just used my Stonewall Potion. Let's just say I use Stonewall Potion. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Or I could have just Eagle Eye Goggles on Deathwalker. Why would I not have done that? Or I could have Frenzy Potioned to, like, guarantee I get the kill. I had so many ways to play around that. What really sucks is that Drill long rests now and doesn't get to go through the door because he's still alive. Ugh, I don't know. Whatever. Dumb level. We can long rest here and end in the thing. We can long rest. Oh. I guess it... Well, it kind of makes sense to long rest, doesn't it? The only other thing it would make sense to do would be to set Strength of the Abyss. Deepening Despair plus Eclipse could help, like, Banner Spear escape. Or, well, or Drill, because both of them are really low on cards. Do I have a good card to lose in here? I guess I could lose Strength of the Abyss. I would like to use it for damage. Maybe Forceful Spirits. I'm going to long rest. And then Drill long rested this previous turn. So we'll keep Power Core, Bronze Plating, Ancient Drill, Rocket Boots. So I guess Electrical Discharge. Maybe VMAX would have made more sense, but then I just want to go really late, right? And heal up. So he will go first and die to wound, which gets us an extra shadow. And then Drill didn't long rest. Drill is doing Power Core. So that'll be 3 and get me to Overpressure. And he's done, so he gets removed. And then both of these characters long rest and get removed. And then we end the round. End round. I don't know why it wouldn't let me click on it. All right, we will lose Forceful Spirits, I think. Here, we want to keep Banner movement. So we'll drop Meat Grinder. Although it's like my best card. We'll drop Resolve Courage. We still have a fast card with Set for the Charge. And we're ready to open the next room. Please do not make me lose another card. Remove tile 11F and everything on it from the map. All characters must lose 1 card from their hand or discard pile. At the end of each round, all characters occupying or adjacent to any power conduit tile suffer hazard damage, while enemies are healed. When all of them are dead, they become escape hexes. The crackling escalates as you move forward until the very air seems charged. Rather than threatening, though, it's welcome. Your muscles ache from the exertion, and the energy in the air lifts you up and keeps you going, straight into more machines. All right. Well, we get Deathwalker with all of her shadows. This has not been the best level for her. Something like this, I think. So we can go with Rocket Boots. I guess I can go here. I don't really mind that, do I? And then BMAX with Flashing Axe still gets to hit all of them, which does really well. Let's see. I would love to hit the Bolt Shooter and kill it. Or I guess the Blade Spinner works too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's do Banner over here and Deathwalker over here. We'll go fast on everybody, hoping we can pick up the kill on this Blade Spinner. So I think that means I'll have to do combined effort with Tip of the Spear and just hope that's faster than the Blade Spinner so I can get my double perk. Here I go Rocket Boots with BMAX. And here I'll just move all of the shadows and attack with Fluid Knight, right? We do outspeed Blade Spinner, which is really nice. And they're just doing suffer damage, which is really good. Okay, cool. So Drill, move 6 with jump, suffer a damage, gain an XP. Boom. Down pressure to high. Now, BMAX is a multi-target melee ability. We suffer a damage, gain an XP, go down a pressure. Flashing Axe to hit an extra target. And so we can hit all 3, and we will poison... Let's poison the Elite Blade Spinner. Well, it's attack for 4. We've got an attack for 5 coming out of Deathwalker, and attack for 3 coming out of Banner. Dang, so I don't even want to hit this guy with Deathwalker. Let's poison the normal Blade Spinner. Oh, and I'll Ember Energy Source to make it all attack 5. So attack 5 poisoned into normal Blade Spinner, it does 5. Which is not going to be enough, is it? Then attack 5 Bolt Shooter, attack 5 here. I take 2 Retaliate, and I'm going to take 4 Retaliate. Oh, I didn't lose a card on everybody, did I? This is not good. I took the 2 retaliate already. 4, and I'm going to go down in pressure. All right, attack 5 into bolt shooter. It does 6. And then attack 5 right here. And I already took the... Oh, I can go up or down in pressure. That's interesting. What else do I even have for the rest of the scenario? Not much, because I have to suffer hazard damage right now. Because I'm in the thing, which is so bad. And these guys are going to heal. Oh, no. I needed Wave of Anguish or Lingering Rot. That would definitely be the play, to, like, Lingering Rot right now. Okay. We've got one potential play, I think. I just don't know exactly how to do it. So I've got Fluid Knight and Deadbolt. Oh, and I have Major Frenzy Potion, but I don't think I can get in there, can I? Okay, I'll move all my Shadows 3. And then... Yeah, move 2 isn't enough. And then I can Fluid Knight. So I can kill either of these guys with Fluid Knight, which is really good. I'm going to go for the Bolt Shooter, I think, because the Bolt Shooter is hitting a lot of things really hard. So attack the Bolt Shooter with Fluid Knight. Let's just go ahead and Eagle Eye Goggles it. And it kills. That even gets us an extra shadow. And it uses the one that we had. It sets dark, and we gain an XP. And then... well, I don't need to do it yet. I guess there's not any way to make this guy not make Drill suffer, is there? And it's just suffer 1 damage. But it's not even an attack. I didn't realize that. What if Deathwalker's right here and Drill's right here? He would go after Drill, because Drill would be his focus, right? Because we've got the Snow Imp to move all the characters. I should have done the Forest Imp to heal all the characters. That would have been better. I can't afford to lose 2 cards to damage, or I lose the scenario. I actually think I just lost. I actually think I just screwed it up so badly that I lost. What about combined effort? Okay, that's what I can do. That's what I can do. That's how I can save this. It means that I sacrifice my Assassin Battle Goal, I think. So, how exactly do we need to do this? Let's see. Tip of the Spear with the banner only needs a +1 to kill this guy. So that means me here and banner here. And then I move Drill here, and then I move Drill here. And this guy goes 1, 2, 3. And all of that works. So I combined effort. I move... Yeah, Banner was here, I was here. So combined effort, I move 2, I move Banner 2. I'm also can move Drill. Then we use the Snow Imp to allow Drill to move 2, and I can move Deathwalker in, because why not, right? And then we Tip of the Spear, and we just need a +1 to kill this guy, because his attack for 4, 5, because he's poisoned. And we'll just pull a +1. Easy game. Easy game. And then now this guy goes here. Oh, Banner also needs to suffer 3 because I'm adjacent to this thing. Let's see. How do I get past that next turn? Deathwalker doesn't have to suffer 3 because she didn't end her turn here. So Deathwalker suffers 1 and Banner Spear suffers 1 from this. But there's no fire, so we don't get wounded. Because we did Rocket Boots bottom, not top. And it's a new turn. So I need Banner Spear to stay alive, which I guess just means move down here and regroup myself to heal up. And then when I long rest, I can move the banner up to here with a move 2. And then if I escape, I'm still in range 3 of the banner. So that's the plan. Banner Spear moves down here, regroups to heal herself. Drill just long rests, and that just means that Deathwalker has to finish the rest. But that's not an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. Let's see. Strength of the Abyss is an attack for 5. That's pretty good. Deepening Despair with Strength of the Abyss bottom would be an attack for 6. That's pretty good, but it's not enough to kill. Oh, but that plus Frenzy Potion would be enough to kill. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And then we'll just have to, suffer 1 thing of Retaliate and 1 thing of Hazard damage, so we probably just lose Shadow Step. But that doesn't matter because we'll have a Shadow, so next turn we can just move 4 and escape. So we just short rest and then move 4 and escape. So as long as we don't miss one of these next 2 attacks, we're guaranteed to win. Okay, that's fine. Banner Spear just moves 2 and then heals 2. Oh, actually, you know what? Heal 2, regenerate onto Deathwalker, and then move 2 here myself. Because I've got the Swiftness Potion. And so I can still move Banner up to here, and then Swiftness Potion on a move 4, escapes. This way, Deathwalker doesn't have to lose a card to the hazard damage. And so it is Deathwalker now. We will set Strength of the Abyss, eat a shadow to get +2 damage, and then we've got 2 shadows adjacent to this guy, so we'll eat this shadow over here to attack him for 6. Oh, it's disadvantage, isn't it? Okay, the attack for 6 does 6. We lose 4 health, and then attack for 4, and we can eat another shadow to make it attack for 6. Okay, and we didn't miss, and he dies. So we don't take retaliate damage. We do have to suffer 3 because we're adjacent to the power conduit, but that's fine. Drill rests and goes pressure up. Save Rocket Boots so that we can get to the end. Let's see. I need to go pressure up, and then Rocket Boots move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do I get there? How do I go pressure up? I don't lose Power Core. Instead, I'll lose Ancient Drill. That's how I go pressure up. So here, I just Power Core B-Max, and then next turn I short rest, and I Rocket Boots, and I get to the end. On Deathwalker, I think it doesn't matter. I just move 4. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can do the Shadow Step loss, and then I go around the hazardous terrain that are the loot tokens. And that's totally fine. Or I could just walk straight through it and lose a card. Doesn't matter. I can even get 2 experience by doing Shadow Step top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by eating this shadow, and then move 3 and eat this shadow. So I can get 3 experience by playing the Deepening Despair loss with Shadow Step top. Here I just need to go pressure up, and here I need to long rest so that I can move the banner. So we do that on Deathwalker. We get 3 experience, and we eat both of these shadows. We move here with Deepening Despair loss, and we escape. Drill, we just go to overpressure and heal 3 with Power Core, and then nothing with B-Max. And Banner Spear long rests and gets to move the banner for 2, and it's still in range 3. We just keep the move 4 card. And yeah, I can't do anything with my top, so we'll just move 4 and escape. And then here we short rest, and we just play Rocket Boots. Alright, well, other than getting crit on Banner Spear and having to retroactively use my potion, I guess I could pick up... No, I can't pick up a thing. Swiftness Potion to get a move 7 jump, and we escape. I can't afford to pick up a loot. Move 6 jump with Rocket Boots. It's a damage self, but an experience. And then we'll Flexible Slippers to pick up the loot right next to us, right before we escape. And the scenario's 1. I don't know. I think that this scenario would have been better if they had just put more enemies and just not did the lose a card thing. Like, that's so uninteractive to just be like, oh, by the way, lose a card. That's not fun. It's not a thing. Anyway, it's fine. We got through it with just 1 minor cheat. 5 experience and 10 gold each. That's pretty good. And we get Unfettered Shard. You leave a trail behind you, heaps of metal discarded to either side of the tunnel, ruined machines marking your way back. You dispatch the last of the defenders and continue on your way. The tunnel exit extends onward. It does not say exit, it just says tunnel extends onward. You begin to notice changes in the structure. There are fewer signs of traffic, and the ancient walls look pristine. Whatever is housed down here, it was clearly important long ago, but has long since been forgotten. It looks like a safe place to take a rest. 5 XP, 10 gold. We did get Assassin. We got lucky in that we got the +1, but we also got unlucky that the first time we planned it, they went at 16 speed. So we'll go ahead and take this. We get 5 XP and 10 gold on everybody. We also get 2 extra XP because we did a challenge. So 7, 10, and that's that. We unlocked the Unfettered Shard, which is a very hard scenario. A very, very difficult one that I'm looking forward to. And we got Caltrops, so we'll put that in the completed pile. Get another mark. And now just loot. So we got 2 here, 2 here, and just 1 here. But they were hazards, so... Which sucks, because I was really hoping to get a lot of loot here, and I just did not. 8 gold, 4 gold, 1 metal, 1 wood. Oh well. I guess that's why they give you, like, gold and experience as a reward, because the scenario itself is so mean with, making you discard cards. But we didn't get any of the herbs. And then we got the resources on, like, the wrong characters. Oh, well. Bad scenario. We also got the chest, like, the relatively useless item on Drill, who's the one who doesn't need to sell items for gold. Oh, we don't have very much gold. Scenario 1, we did loot, we did battle goals. Oh wait, no, we didn't do everybody's battle goals. We did get assistant. Did I get insomniac? Did I suffer damage while I long rested? I don't know. I don't think I did, because I backed away from the Steel Automaton to long rest on the A in the second room. I long rested away in the first room. Or I long rested after everything was dead in the first room, and in the final room I long rested away. So I don't think I got it. But I did definitely get this one. We level up to 4 over here. Do we level up to 4 over here? We do. What are we taking? We could add a +2 push, and then we could get that gauntlet that we use on Pyro. We've got rolling +1s. I always love adding some of those. Rolling heal selves, I don't mind. Once per scenario during your turn, gain shield 2 for the round is amazing. Do we want to just get rid of zeros to add +1 for adjacent allies? It is a +1 and +1 for each target adjacent. So that could be like a +3. Well, we'll do +1 disarm. +1 disarm is really good. We also summoned a banner on turn 1, kept it alive and within range of us the whole time. So we'll add the other +1 disarm. Nah. If we get to add 2, let's add 4 rolling +1s. It's troll, but it's really good. That's a lot of rolling cards that we added. 7 rolling cards. And we've removed 4 cards with 4 -1s. That's actually pretty good. Taken out. So we're at 16 cards, essentially, if we're never attacking with advantage. 16 cards, and then 7 additional for rolling. Cool. And then the +1 disarms will be really nice to add. And then I think after that, we'll do the adjacent targets. And then +2 push, I mean, it's +2 damage. You can't really complain about that, can you? 3 formations that hit 3 different things. That's not that hard to do if you just have a scenario that has a lot of enemies. Like lightning eels or something like that. The black imps on the previous scenario. Never attack. I'm just never going to get that. And then for 4 rounds, go triple pressure up, triple pressure down. I'm sure it's possible. This card helps. Oh. This card helps because we can do double pressure down with the top. So we just do like recursion bottom or steel piston top to make this attack a triple pressure down. And then super heat transfer top with bronze plating bottom is a triple power up. The problem is I just hate doing things like that when it's like you're not actually playing well. You're just playing in a weird, inefficient way just to get the mastery. You know, it's like the same with Deathwalkers remove 7 shadows in a round. It's like a brain teaser to see how if you can figure out how to do it, but then like actually removing 7 shadows in a round is extremely inefficient and bad. Place or remove at least 1 shadow per round is pretty decent, other than it means that turn 1 you have to do something stupid like Call to the Abyss plus like Shadow Step Bottom or something like that. So I don't know. The masteries, we just need to... I should have gone for more masteries in this scenario, because this is one where I could have done the 7 in 1 round. I just didn't think about it ahead of time. And maybe triple pressure up, triple pressure down could have been done. Because it's an easy one, and I remembered it being an easy one. I forgot about having to lose a card in between rooms. But still, I guess it's a nice fast one because of that. Oh, whoops. I did not mean to do that. Put these back. We can pass a week. Nothing. Winter Outpost. How many weeks do we have left? 5 weeks. Is my deck still fixed or is it messed up again? It's messed up because I shouldn't have this and I shouldn't have this. What is going on with it? That's so dumb. Well, I guess let's see if we even get attacked before we worry about it. But I have them in here. And I think right now the only thing I have is the defeated the unfettered one. I don't even know if we are attacked or not, though. No, you must find the frequency before activation, or the whole thing will collapse, don't you see? 2 Quattrels, Pinter and Crane. occupy a table in the crater as they hastily sketch in their notebooks. A disassembled, unfettered gadget, seemingly ripped from the head of an automaton, sits on the table in front of them. They occasionally prod or rotate it to illustrate a point. I think the transmitter would interfere with the payload. How did they manage to pack so much energy in such a small space? It appears they're trying to reverse engineer some sort of explosive device. Their arguments are loud, but you can tell they're having fun. Option A, try to help. Option B, let them solve it themselves. I mean, we know from the puzzle book that we're the only one who can get anything done, right? So try to help. Option A. Educated or Quattrol? Deathwalker's educated, right? No. Okay, we are not educated on anyone. We would have gained a morale. We start suffering 2 damage. I'm not going to remember that, so... Oh, okay. At least we didn't wreck the workshop. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. That's just like -1 wood or something. Get a prosperity. That's interesting. Yeah, we're just not going to suffer 2 damage. And I didn't need to put the Town Guard deck together, but that's okay. Daytime, let's go ahead and spend 12 gold here. And we can get 2/2/2. Then, with my 2/2/2, I wanted to spend some metal. The garden, oh, I can't remember. It ended upside down, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure we moved it upside down after the last one. So now it rotates back up and we gain 1 of each herb. Which is a corpse cap and an arrow vine. Temple, we don't need to do that yet. Although we're basically there. Oh, maybe I want the metal. I think I want 1 metal on Banner and 1 metal on Deathwalker. How did I get so much wood and hide? That's crazy. When metal's like the only thing I want. And downtime. So downtime, we get the most exciting level up of all time, Boldening Blow or Air Support. You know, this Air Support card I think is actually pretty good. A 20 speed bottom summon is not bad. You know, sometimes like the Let Them Come gets used for that. A 20 speed bottom non-lost summon is pretty good. And then, I mean, even if it doesn't even get off a single attack, like you used it so that you could get like a good tip of the spear or something. So honestly, am I taking this at level 5? I took Hold the Line on my last Banner Spear, and I was kind of disappointed in it, because like the top, yeah, you can get use out of it, but just standing still for a turn most of the time doesn't help you. I did like the bottom loss, but like it is just a loss to get like, I don't know, maybe up to like 15 damage and Retaliate, and you can get Shield 4 really easily with your perk. But like, I don't know, is it really for that? Like, we've got other really exciting losses, like the Rallying Cry banner. So I don't feel Hold the Line is that necessary. And then I've never really understood Explosive Epicenter, because like, isn't it just Unbreakable Wall? But like, you also can theoretically hit things behind you. You also get that move 1, which maybe the move 1 really helps you set up some formations. I don't really... Let's see. So if we push 1, I mean, because I know that we can like push 1 like this, push 1 like this, and then with the free move 1 on everybody, we get to completely fully set up Resolved Courage, which is nice. I guess we could also completely set up Rallying Cry, which is nice. So maybe the move 1 is enough to make that more worth it. And then it's just obviously a super easy switch out. You take out Unbreakable Wall and you put Explosive Epicenter in. But still, I think I might go back at level 4 and take the air support, because like the top, you don't really mind playing it. Like Javelin, frequently it's like, oh well, I guess I'll just play Javelin for this turn. So like air support is even better with the pierce and slightly increased damage. Um, Especially if you've got the damage banner out and you can play it with Resolved Courage to get an attack for 6 that pierces 2. That's just not a bad card. Um, Especially if you can like summon the Falcon behind you to do a tip of the spear, and then the Falcon gets a turn the next turn. We saw that our attack modifier deck is not that bad. Um, you know, I mean, if he gets the +1 and we're next to the target and the Falcon attacks for 4, I think I'm definitely taking the Falcon next level. This level we're taking Boldening Blow for sure because it's amazing. Let's see what comes out. Meat Grinder's really good. Rallying Cry's really good. Tip of the Spear and Set for the Charge are both really good. I like Resolved Courage. And Let Them Come isn't the most amazing, but it's pretty good. If I want to get the other mastery, I need Unbreakable Wall. So we'll try to play a level that has a lot of enemies that we can spam Unbreakable Wall in. Combined Effort is really good for moving things. Javelin is the same. So I guess Regroup is the card I want to drop. Like by default. But it still can come back in occasionally. And the Regenerate's really good. And also the card is, you can enhance a Bless onto it. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind for the future. But for right now, I think I'll do it like this. And then when I add in air support, I don't know what goes away. I mean, it could be Let Them Come. Because it's another bottom summon, but a non-loss that is a fast initiative, which is really nice. I guess Resolve Courage doesn't have to stay. I don't know. I really like this formation. And like having a nice fast formation is really good. And if I have the air support bottom non-loss summon, that'll be really good for Resolved Courage. Just put it behind me, immobilize all of them. It'll keep the Falcon safe. I like the Falcon a lot more than this, given that 20 is way better than 60. And, you know, if it gets off an attack, it gets off an attack. But yeah, this can let you like Unbreakable Wall, especially with the Snow Imp to move into position for free. What else can we do over here? We already did the perk and everything from the mastery, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 retired characters. So that is all correct. 4 rolling +1s is just going to be fun. Let's make the energizing baton, and then I guess we want to look at helmets. So this costs 2 metal. Sorry, Deathwalker, you did not get that 1 metal. 2 metal, and then item 101, which is a major power potion. Major power potion costs Corpse Cap, Arrowvine, Axe Nut. But now we can officially Energizing Baton. When you apply a positive condition, a different ally gains the same condition. So we bless Deathwalker, we bless Drill, or we bless the bird next level. And then we give an additional bless to Deathwalker. So I guess we could go ahead and donate 5 gold to get the 2 blesses. Nah. Let's save gold. We're going to try to play an easy level next to get a lot of loot and such. I think we did go up in difficulty. So the next level will be +3, but that's okay. I could also go for the Holy Rain potion as another way to get it, but we don't need it right now. What about helmets? The helmet to grant move 2 is interesting. The crit helmet would have been, well, would have made me not have to cheat and use Stonewall potion after in that level. And then Deathwalker still doesn't have any hand slots because I can't get like heavy sword I really want. Not name, item number. So let's see. Helmets for banner. Inspiring helmet is kind of nice, but we don't have the stuff for it. That's 2 metal and a hide. 2 metal and a hide. Adjacent to 3 or more enemies, gain a shield. Not bad. Also costs 4 metal, which is crazy. Deathproof Charm I like. I'm not sure what 106 is, but maybe we have it. And then these cost gold. We could Iron Helmet. I think we had 20 gold, but maybe we'll just hold off on helmets for now. There are not very many options available to us. And I think that was... Yeah, that's all the slots here. You know, I wouldn't mind Eagle Eye Goggles. Do I have 30 gold? No. So maybe next time we'll get enough gold for Eagle Eye Goggles. Here we'll sell the Lightning Rod. I can't imagine myself ever bringing that to a scenario. And then here we need chest and 2 hand slots. So Cloak of Pockets, I definitely want. Don't have enough for it yet. But that's why we're not donating for blesses yet. We'll want Cloak of Pockets, and then hand slots. Parent Gauntlet could be okay, but we don't have any super amazing modifiers to draw on it. No disarm or stun or push. Shrapnel Bomb I think is interesting. I mean, I guess we could attack somebody adjacent to the target who we're marking to kill the other guy, but then we wouldn't get to mark a new target unless we're doing it with Forceful Spirits. Then we could. I don't hate the idea of just going Slippery Sword plus Heavy Sword to get +3 onto like a Fluid Knight. And then we'd be disarmed the following turn, so we would just have to do it as the last turn of a rest cycle. I don't hate that. What else do we have? Yeah, it's probably just going to be Heavy Sword plus Slippery Sword. Balance Scales, no, because if I'm stacking Blesses, I don't want to be disadvantaged every other turn. Yeah, Unfettered Arm doesn't work with Blesses. Okay, so we'll just do that, and then I think it's Cloak of Pockets for Chestplate. I can't see anything else. I mean, Shell Armor is okay. But Cloak of Pockets is too good. There are a whole bunch of potions that we would really want to use. We still really want power potions. We wouldn't mind a Bless Potion. A Muscle Potion would be really nice to give us extra Eagle Eye Goggles. I guess even like a Renewing Potion to get an extra Eagle Eye Goggles could be nice. So, a lot of valuable things there. We didn't take the level 4 here. So let's see. Somebody was mentioning that like I might be undervaluing the invisibility. And I think part of it is just that I don't want to cheese levels with invisibility. Because like I did that with a Blinkblade level in this playthrough, and it just felt really lame because Blinkblade was like, well, I'll just be invisible for 12 turns in a row while everybody else was dead, and then Blinkblade won. I don't feel like I need the survivability because I have 2 tanky frontline characters. Like, Deathwalker almost died here, but that's just because we purposely suffered hazard damage to pick up loot with the challenge. I do really love the Lost Top. I really, really like it. I mean, at the end, killing one of the final guys rather than having to pull two attack modifiers and hope we killed him, we could have just baned him, and it would have been a guaranteed kill. The benefits for Fleeting Dusk, we can get a Shadow on turn 1, which means that turn 2, we can just immediately go for a Fluid Knight. So it helps us accelerate a little bit more, which I like. I really like that ability. It also gives us a really good loss to put a bunch of power potions and an Ember Energy Source and stuff like that into, which maybe I should switch the Ember Energy Source, but it's 50 gold to switch it. So that's very expensive, but Fleeting Dusk is it's a good loss. It's maybe not as good as Pulled Across, but Fleeting Dusk would have been a really good play going into the final room in that scenario. I probably wouldn't have played it that way, but I'm going to take Fleeting Dusk. Pulled Across is very good, but I'm planning to just basically entirely stay behind my front line and at far range. So I don't really need a late initiative move set dark. And I don't want to to just cheese things with invisibility, even though it is like objectively one of the best things. Like the speedrun takes the invisibility card for sure. Let's see, what's a card to drop? It can't be Deadbolt. I think Eclipse is the card that gets dropped, just in general. And then, like, Wave of Anguish comes depending on scenarios. I think Lingering Rot doesn't ever come anymore now that we have Fleeting Dusk. And Dark Fog is something that I really need to be considering, because not having Shadow Movement was pretty bad in this scenario. But also, this was a weird one, because it's just, like, there are almost no enemies for you to kill. It's a really good level for Trap. When I very initially routed the speedrun, I played the level with Blink Blade and Trap. Because Trap can just stack up a couple traps before going through the door. You go through the door, it teleports the traps with you, and then Blink Blade just pushes them into the traps. And you kill the enemies as soon as you load into the new room. Anyway, that's that. I think we did the perk, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from retiring, because we haven't gotten this or any masteries yet, but they're doable. They are doable. Still missing a lot of item slots, but now we get to finally start messing with blesses a little bit. We'll go bless light. Don't have enough for enhancer on anything. We could upgrade the town hall to get 2 challenges per. I think we just get to draw 2, pick 1. Can't get the craftsman yet. Oh, we can upgrade the trading post. We need to do that. 4, 3, 3. I think drill can pay all of that. We also get to ignore 1 with the carpenter thing. So 3, 3, 3. And that will upgrade the trading post. We can buy up to 3 items, plus 1 prosperity, and 38.3. Oh, we're getting close to 6. I wonder if we can get there without retiring anybody else. It's down here. You enter the trading post, and its proprietor, Zane, is nowhere to be found. On the counter is a lockbox with a handwritten sign posted on the front. Price is marked, drop coin in slot. The rainbow parrot, Squabbles, watches your confusion carefully. After a moment of browsing, the bird emotes a high-pitched, perfect rendition of Zane's voice. What? Zane is currently drumming up new and exciting opportunities to stock these shelves, or whatever. Yeah, just tell Mayor Satha that if she comes around, okay? That'll give me a few hours to find a drink around here, and unpack these boxes. Walk? Well, you have a beak, don't you? Walk? It does look like there are a few choice items from down south now on display. You try on a pair of goggles and briefly consider what would happen if you just walked out with them. Before you can decide, the eagle-eyed bird takes notice and taps the lockbox expectantly. You can guess who taught it the high-pressure sales tactics. Add 138 through 146 to the item supply. And I don't think there's a way to do dashes. 138, 139, 140. It was through 146, right? Oop. Yeah, 138 through 146. So we get Hooked Chain. During your turn, add pull 2 to all your ranged attacks. Not in our composition, but I definitely could see that being really good for some characters. Pyro especially makes Lava Bomb like actually useful. Were there any pushing ranged attacks? I don't think so, but Snowflake could use that. When you do a basic top attack, it's attack 3 instead of attack 2. I just don't think that that's really that good on anybody in this game. Maybe Drifter, but eh. During your turn, consume any element to add +1 to all your attacks. Maybe that's better than Heavy Sword on what's her name? I don't know. Very interesting. It makes Fleeting Dusk good. It's good on Wave of Anguish. since it's like the original power potion.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I think I want that on Deathwalker. After you move forward more hexes on your turn, heal oneself. Sorry, Fist. Boots of double speed. Very nice, but very expensive. Maybe we'll get it eventually. Studded leather, kind of eh. I mean, not bad. A shield and a disadvantage and no -1s. Mantle of Summoning, we're not doing any summoning. Horned Helm to go with the move for heal boots. And immune to stun, disarm, and muddle. So immune to mind snippers. This is a very, very, very good card to bring when you're facing mind snippers. Because otherwise they're very scary. And like I would way rather have it than Iron Helm against those things. I guess it also would work well into Spitting Drakes. Those can stun and muddle with every hit. What else can disarm? Oh, priests can disarm. Yeah, that can nullify priest's scariest card. And there are a lot of things that muddle frequently. All right, I think we're done. We are done here.